In this video, I'm breaking down 3 growth-focused ETFs that a lot of investors use to target long-term wealth building, including QQQM, VGT, and SPMO. I'll explain what each one holds, what the real risks are, and which one I think is the smartest core pick going into 2026. Before we jump in, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a small action that you can do that makes a huge impact. Thanks so much for doing that, and now let's get right back into it. If your goal is long-term wealth, you need to invest consistently, and you need a vehicle that lets you stay consistent even when the market gets ugly. That's what ETFs are really good for. So today, we're looking at 3 growth-style ETFs. So let's break down the first ETF, starting with QQQM. This is the Invesco NASDAQ 100 ETF. This is basically a concentrated basket of major growth companies, and a lot of the businesses people think of as modern economy leaders sit inside of this index. An important note to distinguish is QQQM launched on October 13th in 2020. So when you hear someone quote a 10-year return for QQQM, that's not really possible yet. It literally hasn't existed long enough. What people usually mean is the long-term history of the NASDAQ 100 itself, or they're using QQQ as a longer running proxy. But QQQM specifically is a newer version designed for long-term holders, and one of the main reasons that long-term investors prefer QQQM over QQQ is the cost. That expense ratio is the yearly fee you pay to own the fund. You don't get an invoice in the mail, it just quietly reduces performance over time. It's growth heavy, but it's not a pure technology fund. It's tilted toward innovation, but it still includes big leaders across multiple categories that benefit from tech trends. The upside is long-term growth exposure, and the downside can be bigger swings. In real life, that means if the market drops hard, QQQM can drop harder than a broad S&P 500 fund. So if you don't handle volatility well, you might want to size this position appropriately. The next ETF on our list is VGT, and it's the Vanguard Information Technology ETF. This is a technology sector fund, so that means it's designed to track US companies classified as information technology. So VGT can seem more pure tech than people expect, but also not perfectly aligned with the way that average person labels companies. The good thing is VGT has been around for a very long time. Its inception date is January 26, 2004, and its expense ratio is extremely low at only 0.09%, according to Vanguard's current listings. Now let's talk performance. Different sites will show slightly different numbers based on the exact date, whether dividends are reinvested, and whether they're using month-end data. But the big picture is consistent. VGT has posted roughly the low 20% average annual returns over the past decade in many standard performance tables. That's a really good run, and this is a tech fund that will usually feel amazing in bull markets, but it can feel brutal when tech sells off. VGT can absolutely compound wealth over the long run, but if you buy it expecting straight line growth, you're going to get shaken out at the worst possible time. With that being said, let's move to the third ETF. We're talking about SPMO, and it's the Invesco S&P 500 Momentum ETF. But before we get into that, many of you know how much time I spend digging through data for these videos. And recently, a lot of you have been curious about the tools that I lean on the most. One platform I've been using consistently and conveniently as the sponsor of today's video is Moomoo. What drew me in is how powerful the platform is. It's used by more than 27 million people worldwide, and that level of trust doesn't happen by accident. Beyond that, Moomoo offers commission-free trading on US stocks, on options, and ETFs, plus 0 contract fees on options. But the real value for me is the depth of insight it gives into individual companies, into market trends, and overall behavior, all of which directly support the research I do for these videos. If something in the market spikes or drops and I need a quick read on what's happening, I can head straight to Moomoo AI. It draws from real brokerage grade data, things like earnings and quotes and options flows, and it gives me answers in seconds. What would normally take hours of digging gets condensed into a moment. And anytime I want to understand what institutional investors are doing, I use their insider shareholder activity features. Seeing how major holders are shifting positions in real time is a huge advantage when I'm forming my own outlook. Moomoo also gives you access to resources that I'd normally pay for separately. Things like Morningstar reports, analyst ratings, premium news, insider trade information, and it's all bundled right into the platform. And once I'm ready to put a trade together, the execution process is incredibly smooth. You can line up ETFs next to each other, compare performance, fees, and tracking accuracy, and scan opportunities across different categories effortlessly. Having real-time options data and free level 2 market depth built right into the platform just makes the decision-making process clearer and faster. So if your goal is to streamline your trading, keep everything in one place, and stop juggling multiple tabs, I highly recommend checking out Moomoo using the link in the description. Right now, for a limited time, when you sign up and make a qualifying deposit, you can receive up to $1,000 worth of NVIDIA shares. On top of that, you'll earn 8.1% APY on your idle cash while it sits idle in your account. All the details are waiting for you below. Huge thanks to Moomoo for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back into it. With that being said, let's move to the third ETF. We're talking about SPMO, and it's the Investco S&P 500 Momentum ETF. Momentum is simple. It means stocks that have been doing well recently sometimes keep doing well for a period of time. Not always, but often enough that professional investors have built strategies around it for decades. SPMO applies that idea to the S&P 500. It measures momentum based on trailing performance, and then it tilts the portfolio towards the strongest names. And here's a key mechanical detail. SPMO's index is reconstituted and rebalanced twice every single year on the third Fridays of March and September. So about every 6 months. And the fund can kick out weaker performers and increase exposure to the current leaders. That's the whole point. This fund is designed to follow winners instead of staying fixed. The total expense ratio is 0.13%. Now let's talk about performance. Invesco's own fact sheet as of September 30th, 2025 shows SPMO at 28.21% year to date with an 18.53% annualized return since inception. Again, that's past performance, and obviously it's not a future promise of results. But it tells you what the strategy has been capable of. Now here's what matters most for real-world investors. How does it behave when the market is bad? In several key down years, SPMO fell less than the S&P 500. For example, in 2018 and 2022, the S&P 500 proxy shows larger losses than SPMO. That doesn't mean that it can't drop, it definitely can, but historically, the momentum tilt has sometimes reduced the depth of the drawdowns. And that helps investors to stay invested because staying invested is the name of the game. So now let's talk about compounding and staying in the market. So out of these 3 ETFs, which one do you think wins? If you're looking for pure tech exposure, VGT is the most concentrated technology bet of the 3. If you want a strategy that adapts and rotates towards what's leading while still staying inside a large cap index, SPMO is the unique ETF here. So here's my take, and remember this is just framed as education and not personal advice. If someone told me I could only hold one of these for a really long time, I'd struggle to pick VGT alone because it's sector concentrated. Standing on its own, QQQM can be kind of similar because it can be top heavy and volatile at times. To me, SPMO stands out because it's built to rotate, and it's historically shown the ability to keep up in strong markets while sometimes falling less in the downturns. It definitely doesn't make it safe. There's always risk to any investment. It just changes the behavior profile. If you're building a growth sleeve, meaning this is not your entire portfolio, just the growth focused portion, a blend can definitely make sense. Here's a clean example of how someone might structure it. A large portion could be SPMO for the rotation and diversification. A meaningful portion can be allocated to QQQM for big innovation leaders, and a smaller portion in VGT for concentrated tech exposure. The exact percentages depend on risk tolerance and time horizon and what else you own. If you guys want me to do a follow-up video where I compare these against the basic S&P 500 fund and show where overlap happens and where it doesn't, I can definitely do that, so let me know in the comments. Before you go, please smash the like button and subscribe. It helps way more than you think, and it keeps these deep dive videos coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.